Hi, and welcome to another video by Jimthecarguy. Today I want to show you how to get off a rusted rotor on this particular truck is a Ford. It's an F350. The problem is that the rotor is rusted solid to the hub itself. And as you know, getting in there with a sledgehammer and beating on it, it just doesn't seem to do anything. I've seen people already who have soaked these with penetrating oil for days and still can't get it off. So let me show you this easy way of removing it, and you'll never go back to beating it with a hammer again. Okay, first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove the caliper from the truck the way you normally would remove any caliper. There's a bolt in the back right here. We're just going to take that out. Just so you know, the bolt in the back, it's a 16 millimeter. So we're just going to remove that so we can get the caliper off the car. Truck, I should say. I just want to point out the reason we're doing this one down on the ground is because we have a diamond plate bed on the back of this thing, and we don't want to take a chance on getting it up on the lift and having an issue. Alright, we can just take our caliper off the car. We can pry it back a little bit. I'm just going to relocate this over to the side. Normally I would leave this hanging by a piece of wire, such as this, to leave it hanging from here, but in this case we just need to sit it on top of the jack. Alright, next thing we're going to do is we're going to take off the mounting bracket in the back right here. You can either do it with a breaker bar, a ratchet, or whatever you've got. And you can break them loose. In this case I'm going to use an air gun because it's saving me just a couple of minutes. Now, the rotor itself, you can see this thing is stuck on there, it isn't coming off. The alternative you have is you could take a hammer and you could beat the daylights out of it to try to get it out. But anybody who's done this before knows these are a real pain in the, you know what, to get them off. So let me show you the trick that I learned, and I'll show you how I do it. What I do is I get a bolt, a real big, heavy-duty bolt to put it through the bracket right here where the mounting knuckle connects onto. What I'll do is let me catch it on here, I'll show you. Screw it in there like that. Same thing on the bottom one. Is you hold this bolt inside here with a wrench and you tighten this bolt down. Just until it comes in contact with the rotor. flying off of here. So if you want to put a nut on there to hold it so it doesn't come flying out. And what you just do is you just tighten them up a little bit each time. Anybody who's done this before knows that you can really beat the hell out of this. I mean, beat the heck out of this thing here to get it off. It could be one of the hardest parts of the job. But if you do it like this, it takes a little bit of time, but it actually works really well, as you'll see in a minute. That's the sound you want to hear. It beats having to try to heat this thing up with a torch, or beat the heck out of it with a hammer or a sledgehammer or whatever you have. It just takes a little bit of time to get the bolts, but once you have the bolts, you can do it, save yourself a whole lot of time and a lot of work. As you can see by these bolts, I've had these for a long time, and they seem to work really well on these trucks. Now a drum, or I should say rotor, comes right off. What happens, I'm sure you guys all know it, is the face of this gets rusted onto here. So as you can see, getting the rotors off like this is very simple as compared to beating it with a hammer. I'm sure you're going to pick up yourself a set of 5/8 bolts, keep them in your toolbox, and you'll have them for the next time. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.